All right, today's tip is maybe one of the more important tips, only because of what we do on a daily basis in our culture. We've talked about this before, but it's very, very, very important because we sit for so long that we manage our sitting properly. So what does that mean? That means that if you're sitting for too long, you need to get up and walk around. So today is really about two separate tips, but maybe for that matter we can do all three. This is about getting up and walking around. This is about doing a stretch while you're seated. And this is also about how to get out of a chair, because really we sit now in our culture more than ever. There's more activities that require sitting on a daily basis. You sit for breakfast, you sit in your car, you sit on the train, you sit at work, you come home and you sit and have dinner, and then you sit and you're watching a movie or you're on the internet or whatever you're doing. There's a lot of sitting. There's more sitting now than ever, and sitting is maybe one of the worst things for your back, but it's bad for every part of your health. So because we sit so much, it's really detrimental to our long-term longevity. One of the things that happens when you sit, and this is important, is the seated position very often causes a stretching of all the ligaments in the lower part of your back. It's called ligamentous creep, but really what's happening is the ligaments are just getting longer and longer and longer. So part of what we have to do is we have to stretch. And the way you stretch, and this is my favorite, again, I have a lot of favorites, but I suffered for a long period of time. We put a video out yesterday about the 6 free resources, and one of them is the tips. And what you do is you scoot to the edge of your chair, so you're barely hanging on the edge of your chair, and you drop your arms down, and then you rotate your shoulders, your palms out like this, okay? What that does is it puts your spine back in a better alignment and starts to decrease a little bit of that ligamentous creep. If you do that once an hour, that'll help. Also, every 30 minutes, if you're seated, you can do the stretch, but if you have the opportunity to get up and walk around for 2 minutes, I want you to get up and walk around for 2 minutes. But the way you get out of a chair, because, again, as I'm leaning down like this is bad for your spine, because we want to avoid too much leaning forward like this, okay? This guy's kind of bad. So you don't want to lean forward too much like that, because that overloads the disc. Too much what we call flexion causes the disc to break down, because all back pain is about stretching of these ligaments, the creep, and then the overloading of the discs. And a combination of this creep causes more overloading of the discs. When you get too much creep, you get ruptured and herniated discs. So you have to avoid that. So you're going to scoot to the edge of the chair, and you're going to assume that position, but also getting out of the chair, it's the same thing. You want to get out of the chair without flexing, like this. Okay? So the way you do that is you scoot to the edge of your chair, and you slide your feet underneath you, and then you push straight up. Okay? And you're using your hips, you're using your quads. So it's scoot to the edge and push straight up just like that. And then if you're seated for a long time, you need to get up and walk around. Get up, walk around, 2 minutes, walk around, helps loosen up the muscles. This is the Arlington Heights Clinic. It's a beautiful day, so I thought we'd look out the windows. That's the tip of the day. Today is Tuesday. Today is Tip Tuesday, so we do back tips every single Tuesday. Tomorrow we're going to do a stretch, and then Thursday an exercise, and Friday food. People said they wanted more foods. We'll do the food on Friday. We'll do maybe the top 10 foods for helping decrease inflammation for your back. So that's it. I'm out. Remember, if you're seated too long, get up, walk around, do the stretch, get out of the chair properly. It's all good. Be careful and be safe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.